Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about the mystery of what happened to my Crocs, my beloved Crocs. I love Croc shoes. I don't wear them exclusively, but I wear Crocs a lot. So this is a pair of size 12. These are the work Crocs. These are really the only ones that I do buy. The other kind, to me, are really dangerous. The kind that have the where the sole is the same as this. Those are dangerous when you're on wet surfaces. These things are great. They don't slip. So anyway, I have a pair of size 12. These are the real Crocs. You can see the logo here. I bought these about a year ago, a little over a year ago actually, but I only wore them for about a month. And I went to Thailand and I didn't wear them one day. I wore another pair of Crocs, and when I went to put these on that night, well, they shrunk. And as you can see, they shrunk a lot. Here is the same exact shoe I just purchased earlier, about a week ago. These are size 12s, which fit my foot just like a size 12 would. That's what size I take. And you can see how much the shoe shrunk. It literally, going from end to end, we got 5 3/4, and here is 5 3/4. It didn't shrink this way. But if we go over here, we got like 3 3/4, and here it's like 2 3/4. So it shrunk in a lot, enough that I could get it on my foot, but it was really, really tight, and I didn't know what was going on. So it took me a long time to figure out what happened. I couldn't wear them. So I was in Thailand, is where this happened. And I just kind of packed them up and, took them with me everywhere I went in Thailand while I was over there for about a month. And every so often I would try to put them on, thinking maybe my foot had swollen that day or something. I don't know. I didn't know what had happened. So, but I did have this pair with me as well. And this pair was fine. I was actually wearing this pair as an old pair of the Mario Battalis, and I was wearing these the day that these shrunk. And these are size 12, but I've had these for a couple of years, and as you can see, I've really worn them down. Anyway, what happened is, I go out for the day to go on a day trip while I'm in Thailand. I take these with me. This is what I'm wearing. I leave these sit, I'm staying in a bungalow on Chang Island, and I leave these sit on the porch of the bungalow, and it's like a granite or a marble, real shiny surface that gets really, really hot when the afternoon sun hits it. And I left these sit outside the door because maybe you don't know if you've never been to Thailand. In Thailand, people don't wear shoes inside of buildings. You will offend people and you will make people angry. So I was staying with my Thai wife, and I always would leave my shoes outside. So I left them sitting in the sun for one afternoon on about a 92, 93 degree day, and this is what happened to my Crocs. Now, I just brought them back to the USA, and for like a year I tucked them away, and finally I got them out, and I went on the internet and I found some information about how heat or sun can shrink your Crocs. And I've tried everything I could think of to get these to stretch back, and I really couldn't stretch them back. I've soaked them in hot water. I've soaked them in extremely hot water. I haven't boiled them or anything like that because I don't want to damage it, but I've put them in almost boiling water and then tried to put them on my feet. I just have tried a lot of different things. It seems to bring them back, and it's a shame because it's a good pair of Crocs. So I'll give them to somebody that has a smaller foot than me, but I finally figured out the mystery of what happened to my Crocs. Now, going on to talk about the grip lock, the grip, or Croc lock as they call it. The Croc lock shoes are great. The very first pair that I had that had Croc lock were these Mario Battalis, and I mean, I absolutely loved them. I just didn't particularly care for the gray color. I like to go with just, like a black work shoe. I do a lot of cooking. I also do a lot of trekking, and I do a lot of different things. I'm a photographer, and I'm also a cook. So for cooking and kitchens and stuff, I mean, they have a really nice tough toe for banging your foot into things and not hurting yourself. They're They are only safety compliant or workplace compliant if you are wearing your strap for your heel. So if you have a safety person at work, you know, like a safety director or something like that, a lot of places, safety directors don't know about these and they'll tell you you can't wear your Crocs, but you can wear your Crocs if the toe is enclosed and you don't have holes here, if you have the raised heel that's raised enough here, okay, and if you wear the strap and you have to have the limited slip or the grip Croc lock, whatever you call, on the bottom. Then they are workplace compliant. If you don't have your strap down, it's not workplace compliant. But I love these shoes. As you can see, the amount of miles that I've put on these guys, just wearing them all the time. And I do wear regular shoes, but I have a problem with my foot dating back to a car accident almost 30 years ago, where my right foot was crushed, and when it healed, I have a lot of the little bones in the bottom of my foot that kind of protrude down, and these things are so soft inside. It's the only kind of shoe that I can wear for long periods of time and not have any issue while I'm standing with those little bones in my foot that cause those problems. Yes, people laugh at me. People laugh at me all the time for wearing Crocs a lot. But you know what? People laugh at you no matter what you do. So that's just the way that goes. But people do get a big kick out of it. They're like, hey, you got Crocs on. And, you know, yeah, I do wear Crocs. I do wear regular shoes. I have lugs and I have Herman's work boots and all that kind of stuff. But as far as just comfort-wise, around the house, driving, I do a lot of driving. I like my Crocs. And when I go to Thailand, they're the best shoe to have in Thailand because it can grip very good. And when you go in and out of people's houses or businesses, if you're in a tourist area, you've never been to Thailand, just so you know, when you're in a tourist area, yeah, it's acceptable for people from all over the world to walk in and out of businesses with their shoes on. But as you get away from tourist areas and you get up into the rice land, as I call it, where we have our house, well, when you go into little eating establishments or even some of the stores, you'll see all the shoes outside. That's how they keep the inside so nice and clean. Thailand is a dusty country when it's not raining, but when you go into people's houses, their houses are very clean. Other Asian countries are the same. They don't wear shoes inside the house. So for something that's easy on, easy off, going through the airport, easy on, easy off for the security checks, that's what I love about my Crocs. But I just wanted to put this video in the beginning of this all about the shrinking Crocs. Don't leave your Crocs in the sun or anywhere where they get really, really hot, or this is what will happen to them. They will shrink and you won't be able to fit your foot back in them. And sadly enough, these were only about 1 month old when this happened to them, and I've just saved them all this time. Okay, hit like and share this video.